If you clicked on this video, it's because you already feel it. You're stuck. You've been repeating the same days, the same routines, and you're looking for proof. A clear sign that confirms what you've been afraid to admit. You've been in your comfort zone too long. You know the comfort zone isn't as comforting as it sounds. On the surface, it feels safe, familiar, predictable. But underneath, there's something else. The dull ache of repetition, the quiet boredom of days that blur together. So let's be honest, you didn't come here for cliches. You came because you already sense it. You already feel the unease. You're just waiting for someone to name it clearly, and that's what I'm going to do. 5 signs. 5 sharp warnings that you're stuck in your comfort zone right now. Some of them will feel obvious. Some will cut deeper than you expect. Not vague advice. Clear warnings that will feel uncomfortably true. And once you see them, you won't be able to unsee them. Let's get started. Sign 1. The silent failure. Have you ever felt this? You're not exactly failing, but you're not winning gloriously either. Life feels like a flat line. Nothing dramatic, but nothing exciting. Picture this. It's the end of the year, and you sit down to reflect. You open your journal, ready to list your wins and lessons, but the page stays empty. You try to think of a breakthrough to write down. Nothing comes. You search for a tough setback that taught you something. Still nothing. The truth is, you didn't crash, but you also never climbed. Every day blurred into the next, safe and steady, but forgettable. There's no moment that makes your heart race, no risk you're proud of taking, no setback that forced you to grow, just a string of safe days blending together. And that's when it hits you. The real problem isn't that you failed, it's that you lived days without a single moment worth remembering. You didn't fail, but you also didn't win. You just existed. And the quiet disappointment stings harder than an actual failure would. Part of this comes from how we were taught. School trained us to be precise, to be perfect. Everything had to be 100%. So you grew up fearing mistakes, fearing imperfection, fearing even the smallest risk. That fear follows you into adulthood. It whispers, don't try, don't risk, don't embarrass yourself. And so, you stay in place. By not trying, you avoid failure. And for a while, that feels safe. But here's the truth. Not trying doesn't erase failure. It just delays it. This is what I call the compound interest of fear. Fear of failure keeps you from trying. Not trying keeps you from failing. But over time, this safety compounds, just like interest on a loan. One day, the debt comes due. And it's not a small failure. It's the bigger, more painful failure of a life that never reached its potential. If everything in your life feels too smooth, don't celebrate. It often means you're not challenging yourself enough. Real growth is never smooth, it's uncomfortable. Fear wants to keep you still, but stillness isn't safety. It's the slow erosion of your courage. And the longer you let fear dictate your choices, the further you drift from the life you know you're capable of living. Sign 2. Fake effort. What if I told you that all your studying, all your planning, even all your preparation might just be a fake effort? Picture this. You read another book, another article, another podcast. You sign up for a course, highlight quotes, nod at the lessons. You keep researching, refining, perfecting, but never moving. It feels smart, it feels safe, but it's nothing more than a polished version of standing still. Planning is a treadmill. Endless motion, zero distance. Sometimes fake effort feels like solid preparation. It gives you the comfort of clarity. You map things out, you understand the theory, you see the path. In the moment, that makes you feel safe, like everything is under control, like success is just around the corner. But here's the problem. It's a lie. Fake effort gives you the illusion of moving forward, when in truth, you're not advancing at all. You're standing still, staring at the same wall, but convincing yourself you're climbing. That temporary safety becomes dangerous because it makes real risk feel unnecessary. Why step into uncertainty when the plan in your head already feels so clear? Why take a bold leap when the theory gives you the warm feeling of progress? But the truth is simple. Only risky steps count as real steps. Safe steps that never leave the page don't move you anywhere. Fake effort seduces you by making you feel smarter and more prepared. And in some ways, it works. You do understand more. You do feel more organized. But it stops there. You've never tested those theories in the real world. That's why you remain in the same place, surrounded by the comfort of knowing, but untouched by the discomfort of doing. This is the cruel trick of the comfort zone. It lets you stay busy with fake effort, feeding you small doses of false progress, while quietly keeping you from the only kind of progress that matters, the messy, risky, uncomfortable kind. This is how the comfort zone disguises itself. It lets you stay busy, feel clever, even pat yourself on the back, all while ensuring you never step into the real work that could change you. The sign is clear. If your to-do list is full, but your life hasn't shifted, you're not growing, you're hiding. Sign 3. Rest that never feels like rest. Here's another sign, one you may already know too well. Your rest doesn't feel like rest. Think about the last time you tried to take a break. You sat down to relax, but your mind didn't switch off. Instead of peace, there was unease. Instead of energy returning, there was only heaviness. This happens because during your working hours, you're not fully present. You hold back, you procrastinate, you half-try. Deep down, you know you could give more, but you don't. And so when the break finally comes, you don't feel like you've earned it. You carry the guilt of unfinished effort. Psychologists call this the Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished tasks linger in your mind, demanding attention. They don't let go just because you close your laptop or walk away from your desk. That's why your rest feels so shallow. Real rest is only possible when your progress feels real. When you know you've poured yourself into something, when you've risked and stretched, when you've earned the pause. Only then does your body release, and your mind finally quiets down. The truth is simple but sharp. The reason you can't rest is because you haven't truly worked. The reason your downtime feels empty is because your uptime was never full. And here's the harsh truth. This problem doesn't stay still. It gets worse over time. When your work isn't fulfilling, your rest won't be fulfilling either. And when neither your work nor your rest satisfies you, your entire life begins to feel heavier, emptier, more unbearable with each passing day. This is the comfort zone's trap, stealing not just your growth, but even your peace. Sign 4. You can feel it yourself. Up to this point, the signs we've looked at have been heavy and demanding. Let's pause for a moment and look at something that feels lighter, more obvious, but it's still a warning you can't ignore. It's the sense of safety. You know it well. You can feel it in your body. That sense of safety is always there, like a background hum, but along with it come other feelings you've probably noticed. The boredom of repetition, waking up and realizing today looks almost identical to yesterday. The dull weight of doing the same things again and again. The sense that you're standing still. And sometimes an even sharper fear, that while you are standing still, the world is moving on and you are quietly falling behind. Be serious for a moment. Staying in your comfort zone means removing the chance to grow. It means you never give yourself the chance to stretch or break through. Look back honestly, not at a single day, but at a longer span, 6 months, a year, maybe more. How much have you really developed? Can you point to a moment that changed you, that tested you, that proved you were becoming more? This is a sign you can recognize on your own. It's obvious, almost too obvious, but I believe it still needs to be repeated clearly, urgently, without softness, because it's easy to notice and then look away. So ask yourself now, why do you remain in your comfort zone even though you already feel the truth that you are not just safe, but slowly slipping behind? Sign 5. The weight of regret. Regret is one of the clearest signs that you've stayed in your comfort zone too long. And the most painful truth is this. People rarely regret the risks they took. They regret the chances they never tried. Research and personal stories say the same thing. Ask people near the end of their lives, and the regrets that rise aren't about mistakes. They're about the what-ifs not going for the dream job, not traveling when they could, not asking for something important. These are the memories that echo for decades. The comfort zone feeds those regrets. It convinces you that safety is the smarter choice. But years later, safety often looks like wasted time. And regret doesn't just weigh on your memories, it eats away at your confidence. Every time you avoid a chance, you reinforce the belief that you're not capable of more. Slowly, you stop trusting yourself. The cost of inaction is not only lost opportunities, it's the shrinking of your own courage. So if you already feel regret now, Take it seriously. It's not a passing mood. It's the clearest alarm bell you will ever hear. Because comfort zones don't protect you. They only delay the pain until one day it crashes all at once, and by then, it's too late to turn back. The question is simple. Which pain will you choose, the sting of trying, or the slow burn of wondering what could have been? These are your 5 alarm bells. I hope they rang loud enough for you. So what are you waiting for? Don't scroll to the next video. Don't tell yourself tomorrow. Do anything, no matter how small, to step outside your comfort zone today. Because the moment you move, even clumsily, you begin to set the right mindset. And from there, everything else becomes possible. Thank you for watching. If this video woke something up in you, hit subscribe, because the next one might be the